Welcome back to another episode of Two Peas Out the Pod with Johnny and Shay.
Yo, what's up, guys?
So imagine this, you're tucking your kid into bed, you're flipping through an old picture book, and suddenly the story inside starts haunting your real life. That's The Babadook, a low budget indie horror that didn't just scare audiences, it became a full blown cultural phenomenon. Stick around because at the end, in bonus content, we'll dive into some creepy behind the scenes secrets you probably didn't even know about the movie.
I I didn't know that when I first saw this movie, when it came out to Redbox, I didn't know that I was gonna get into this great movie, and then I finally got to rewatch it with you.
This one's from 2014.
Yeah, and I got it for free on Redbox.
Yeah.
So,
And guys, you can't escape the Babadook, but you can hit that subscribe button. So go ahead and do that, and then we're going to dive right in. So before the Babadook, Jennifer Kent wasn't even considered a horror director. She studied acting at the National Institute of Dramatic Art in Australia and even appeared in the cult Aussie soap Murder Call. But her biggest turning point came when she worked as an assistant to legendary Danish actor Lars Van Trier on his film Dogville. Did you see that one?
Dogville?
It's
No,
from
man.
2003.
No, man. I didn't even know about dog. Is it about dogs?
I don't know.
Are they in a ville?
Uh,
Are
the
they no, like, are they dogs
I
in
don't
a
know what it's
villa?
about.
Like, dogs in the villa.
No. That mentorship showed her the raw power of uncompromising filmmaking and later influenced the emotional intensity of her own work. Kent first tested her idea with a 2005 short film called Monster. The short contained the DNA of what would become the Babadook, a mother, a child, and a sinister creature lurking in their home. For almost a decade, she struggled to get funding. Studios wanted changes, more gore, more mainstream scares, but Kent refused to compromise her vision. We're running into that a lot with these indie like smaller movies. They write a script and they're just set on it. They won't budge with their script at all, which is pretty cool.
Well, I mean,
Same with the guy at Miracle Mile. He was also stuck on
okay.
his
Well,
script.
think of it this way. Ryan Reynolds did Deadpool, the very first one. Put his own money
Was he stuck on his
and
script too?
get
Yeah.
set and stuck on that one. And then part
It's
two.
just cool. I
Now,
mean, they're not getting
no,
pushed around.
no. He got pushed around for Disney, obviously,
No, I'm saying
for
they do
part
get
three.
pushed around, but if they hold their ground, I think that's good because it's like their
Well,
creative
I mean,
input.
right now it looks like he doesn't have any direction. So,
Ugh,
anyways,
anyways. So eventually, Screen Australia and Kickstarter backers stepped in, help her raise the money to bring her nightmare to life, which is pretty cool.
uh, I mean, like I said, the shit was really freaking scary, creeping out, dude, and how the kid was just like, "Oh," and then freaking out, and
We're gonna get
y
into
no, I mean, okay.
it.
It was very scary.
Yeah.
It had me underneath the covers.
So at its core, The Babadook isn't just a monster movie, it's about grief and mental illness. Amelia, played by Essie Davis, is a widowed mother still mourning her husband, unalived in a car crash, while driving her to the hospital to give birth. Her son, Samuel, is high strung, difficult, and obsessed with protecting them from monsters, which is like super cute in the movie, I thought.
Yeah, man, but he
It's
coulda
really cute until you find out there really is one, then it's kind of like, well.
yeah, but he was actually freaking out. Remember, he was at the little girl's party and
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's not really
No, it's cute that he's like looking out for his mom, is what I meant. When a strange pop up book titled Mr. Babadook appears on their shelf, its story begins to bleed into reality. The Babadook becomes less of a monster in the closet and more of a metaphor for the darkness Amelia refuses to confront. Which honestly, we watched the whole movie and I didn't really even get that until like towards the end.
well, I mean, they have to build
I
onto
know,
that.
I'm just saying though. So, cast and crew. Essie Davis was Amelia. She was giving one of the rawest horror performances in the 2010s. Critics compared her intensity to Shelley Duvall in The Shining. Do you see that one?
Miss, Duval in The Shining,
You see
really?
The Shining?
Yeah, no, I remember The Shining.
Noah Wiseman, who played Samuel, was the little boy, just 7 years old at the time, delivering one of the most unsettling child performances since The Omen.
Yeah. A little kid was a little freak ball, dog. I mean, yo, he
The
had a little,
freak ball.
no, he had a little, yeah, but he was a great, my bad, not good, great inventor. You saw, remember the little thing that he could put something on his backpack. It was like a backpack launch. It was like a
Yeah.
backpack launcher,
It was
dog.
like I felt like it was kind of like he was doing, home traps like on Home Alone
Yeah,
to try
yeah,
to
no,
catch it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. It exactly felt like that. It felt like a old classic old Home Alone.
And then Jennifer Kent, the writer director who fought to keep her vision uncompromised. Production companies were Screen Australia, Causeway Films, and a crowdfunding support from horror fans around the world, which is pretty cool.
That's what's up, man.
So the budget for this film, $2 million Australian, which is about 2.5 million United States money. And then the box office, they made 10.5 million, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's great, man. Uh, I'm glad that she stuck with only one and did not make a sequel. And I swear, I mean,
You hate
I've
sequels.
yeah, I hate to no. It's just
They're
when
not
you
always bad. Sometimes they're good.
yeah,
Like
but
Home Alone 1 and 2, I feel like are really good, but then Home Alone 3 sucked. I think there was even a
so
4. I never watched it.
okay, but
But I'm just saying sometimes sequels aren't bad.
really,
Okay, whatever.
I'm just saying because okay, well,
You think all sequels are bad?
yeah,
Well, never I never wanna ever see you watching a number 2 of any movie then,
what?
'cause you don't like them. You don't like sequels.
Oh, okay, like okay. Listen. The only way you can make a sequel is unless like you're expanding a universe, and a great one would be like Resident Evil.
So Star Wars, there's like 10 movies, you don't like that? And they're even making another one, I think.
Oh wow.
What?
No, I'm just saying wow. Oh wow. Well, it's just because Disney has their hands on it, and it's just not gonna go the best way.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I myself will be watching that on Disney streaming service when it comes out. I am not gonna be going to the movie theaters to go support that, but I will turn on the Disney Plus to watch that movie. So you still get me, Disney, but not that way.
Wow. So, home release and streaming, the real jackpot came later. The film exploded on Netflix, Shudder, and DVD sales, earning cult status. For comparison, Insidious cost 1.5 million but made nearly 100 million, while The Conjuring had a $20 million budget and raked in 319 million. The Babadook didn't hit those numbers, but for an indie debut with no studio muscle, it was a massive success story.
A stronghold itself in my heart.
And when we talked about The Conjuring, yeah, that was like a cash cow. Every single one of those movies get
Yeah,
crazy ass
and
sequels.
then don't forget the other movies that they also had along the way, like The Nun, and that
Yeah,
tells and ties into the whole story. So yeah, I think of The Conjuring like Marvel, like the MCU.
yeah.
It's its own little
Even when we
universe.
looked at the Fast and Furious budgets and stuff, they made a lot of money. I mean, just some franchises just people are just gonna go watch it no matter what. It's just crazy.
Well, I mean, if you compare, okay, hear me out. If you look at that, you thought it great, great movie you brought up, Fast and Furious franchise. Like 1 and 2 made a lot. 3 with Ludacris in it, probably not as much, or
It still
was it
made
too
a
fa
lot though
no, no,
compared to other
or
movies.
was it Too Fast or Too Furious, whatever. One of the okay, like, just like the first 2 made decent, I would say, before, Paul Walker unalive. Yes, it made a lot because obviously people went to go to support and was a fan of his work.
Yeah.
I was a fan of his work. Before he got into the Fast and Furious franchise, I liked him in what was it? The for Secret Society or whatever, where there was like a fraternity where like you had to get into like I know him for that movie and other teen movies too. But
Right.
besides that, yeah, those were like the highest grossing points, I would say. If you were looking at the charts. I mean, yeah, across the board they did decent, but I
I'm
mean,
just saying a lot of like, they get, like, a following behind them just like The Conjuring, and it just every time they make a movie, it just goes crazy. So, anyways, that was my only point. Are you ready for social media hit list?
Yeah, let me go ahead and get that up for Shay before
For
she
me, oh, I gotta do it today because yesterday I made him do it, guys, because Julius woke up and I had to go and take care of him for a few minutes. So, our wonderful, Labubus, guys, they are starting to fall. So, apparently, some of these, Labubu dolls sold for, like, thousands to tens of thousands, some of them even hundreds of thousands, and now apparently Goodwill is being overrun with them. Workers are saying that basically the trend faded and now the store is flooded with them. They can't even sell them from Goodwill. That was
so
literally 3 weeks ago and when it was a huge rage still.
yeah.
That's how
Um
crazy this has gone.
because I think people probably watch the court case with the teeny babies. You know what I'm talking about? The court
The Beanie
case.
Babies?
Yeah, the beanie
You
babies.
always call them teeny babies.
Yeah, man, teeny baby, beanie babies. Oh, they're teeny little baby babies. Teeny baby babies.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's probably why, man. Maybe somebody watched the court case on that and they're like, oh man, what the hell are we doing? So
Apparently, Goodwill says they're getting about 20 to 30 Labubus donated to each store every day. So at the point where they've started just throwing them out, when the collectibles first started arriving a few weeks ago, the workers there were kind of like, "What's going on here?" And then they thought for sure they were Lafufus, which is the fake one, you know. But then they did some verifying, and it all turns out that most of the ones being donated were actually the real Labubus.
really?
Yeah. And then the staff was initially excited about the authentic donations, thinking like, "Oh, maybe just, some rich people decided, oh, I don't want these anymore." But then they figured out the trend is over, so they're not worth anything.
No.
It's basically it's literally a stuffed animal that people were
Which
paying like sometimes $100,000 for like the rare ones. We're
exactly.
such idiots as humans, I
Um,
swear. And it does say Goodwill employees get first dibs on merchandise if they want to buy it. So the first few batches that came in, the workers were like, "Oh yeah, I'll buy it for cheaper." And then
yeah.
now realizing that, it's basically like a done deal.
All I gotta say is why?
Yeah.
Why like I didn't even know about these, like I'm glad.
Yeah. I knew about it from like a podcast that I saw. Shane Dawson had it on there and I was like, "What?" That's the first time I ever like heard about it or saw it or anything. But as donations continued pouring in the store, at first they had them in a glass case where they put the valuables because they were thinking like, "Oh, somebody just donated these." But then as they
Right.
started like, pouring in more and more, now they just moved them into like the toy section. They're selling 2 of them for $6, so normal stuffed toy prices now, and nobody's
Damn,
even
dude.
buying them.
Yeah, I can
They're
get two of those.
creepy. Why would you wanna buy one?
I get two for $6, dog.
It's like
I'm gonna
a
go. I'm gonna
Happy
go out
Meal.
there, yo. I'm gonna go out there and get two for $6, dog.
So let us know about that, guys. Did you guys get suckered into the Labubu craze? And put that in the comments if you did. Hopefully not.
Man,
Hopefully you sold it before they went out of business or not went out of business,
that's
but
what you gotta do. You gotta sell it, dog. You gotta sell these.
and we
Sell
saw that other
them.
one where it said that
Sell these.
it
You
said
can't do
the
anything
Labubu guy
with them. You
lost
gotta
like
sell
6 billion or
them.
something dollars, something
You
like
gotta
that.
sell these. But
Anyways,
anyways,
they are creepy. You see
yeah,
that?
they are.
So the second one, guys, is because, Halloween is here and we're about to do that in a few
Oh, so they're
weeks.
about to be porch candy now.
No. So I
These are
guess
all porch
apparently
candies.
people are protesting the prices of Halloween candy this year. So a
Damn,
lot of
$25.
$30.
No, I see one for 25 up on top.
Oh, yeah. Well, then 29 something if you look at the one below it.
No,
But
one's that's $30. Yeah, I round up, dog.
that's why
I
it says 30.
no.
If
I
you
said
scroll out, you'll see the 30. Anyways, guys, so parents are basically saying like, "Hey, we're just going to turn the porch light off this year. We're not going to pay $30 for one bag of candy." Because if you get a lot of trick or treaters, they probably have to buy multiple bags of candy.
that's true.
Some houses get like, I don't know, hundreds of people, well, at least back in our time they used to.
Back in the days.
So, do you guys still go trick or treating? And if so, like, do you go to neighborhoods or do you go to like trunk or treats or
Me, what?
churches
All right.
stuff?
So with James, we went to. I know a neighborhood that pops off every year.
You think they're still gonna have it even with the prices? Is it a rich neighborhood?
You know it.
They hand out full-size candy bars.
I know a couple of houses we can I know a couple of houses we can hit on date night.
Wow, they're not gonna give you any candy. No, when
What, what,
we
what,
were
what, what,
little
what, what? Really?
when we were little, we went to our little small town, and we got homemade popcorn balls. One guy handed out
Wow.
yeah, because you knew everyone. One guy
Oh,
handed
okay.
out, walnuts.
Yo, what? Yo, do you live on Sesame Street?
No. No, one guy handed out walnuts you had to actually crack with the cracker, and then one
Yeah,
guy
well,
handed
with a cracker.
like, he had to have a nutcracker to crack,
With a cracker.
and then one guy handed out quarters.
What, quarters? He was handing out.
Have you ever seen a Christmas Vacation when I think the grandma or someone comes and she's like, "I'll give you a quarter if you break my suitcase," and he's like, "Wow, a whole quarter?" So that just reminds me of that all the time when I was little. We got a quarter when we trick or treat that one house. But think about how many kids he gave a quarter to. It probably added up pretty fast.
Yeah,
But to us, it was just, I mean, it was cool when we were little because you could get 25,
yeah,
penny
but no,
candies back then.
but check it out though. If you had some masks,
You keep going back
just like
in.
you want going back
Wow.
to every time, but go with a different group every time.
I could tell you this now that my mom, she's no longer with us, but she was only 4 foot like 9. She was really small. And my aunt was also small. So one year they decided they were going to trick or treat with us because nobody would know anyway. And
Oh, smart lady.
they made ghost costumes. So they were covered up. And so every house, because the people knew
Mhm,
everyone. So every house we went to, the people would be like, "Oh, where's your mom?" And I'm like, "Oh, she's in the car," but she was actually with us at the door
yeah.
getting candy.
Smart. So says your mom's a smart lady.
So,
Smart.
anyways, guys, are you gonna hand out candy? Are you gonna trick or treat? Let us know if the prices are getting out of control for you.
This goes out to my brother.
And then the last one, Johnny wanted on here because, he's gonna do the sound effect for you. But as of today, this was like from 2 days ago, AOL shut down dial-up internet service. So rest in peace, little buddy, after 34 years of service.
Would you get like,
Yeah.
and then you get like, welcome,
And then it goes,
you got
doesn't it go
mail.
like or
Yeah,
something?
and then you get like, welcome, you got mail.
Wow. I remember trying to get dial-up to work when we first got a computer.
Look, all I
It was like
remember,
such a
I'm
joke.
gonna be honest. As look, this is how it was because my brother had because he had a computer like at that time. So and I at the time I had a PlayStation. So we were
What,
both
PlayStation 1?
yeah, the very first one. So we were both into our own devices and everything. So whenever I had to, let's say call a friend or maybe I might have got a girl's number and I was gonna got the balls to find like, you know what? I just beat Mortal Kombat. Let me just go talk to this girl right now. So then I'm just gonna go and just like, oh, he goes, I'm like, oh man.
Wow.
Yeah. So and then I'm like, and then like Spidey. And I'm like, all right, man, my bad.
Ours, I believe it had something to do with our phone line because we were out in the country.
No.
So if a call came in and you finally got it to work, it would always kick you off the thing. But anyways, guys, let us know if you remember dial-up internet. All right, ready to go back and dive back in?
Yeah, man, I've been waiting here.
Waiting patiently.
Yeah.
So, the Babadook's look is deceptively simple: a pale face, long claws, and a black trench coat with a top hat. But that simplicity came from a deep well of horror history. So, it was inspired by German Expressionism, particularly the Cabinet of Dr. Killigrew from 1920 and Nosferatu from 1922. So, really old kind of character she
Mm,
used for her inspiration.
jeez. I mean, uh, then I think, Manny, I've always told you, when they make horror films, they use thing elements of from reality or folk tales or
Right.
stories or what is it? I guess yeah, I guess yeah, I guess pretty much folk tales, anything like those. So yeah,
And then no flashy CGI in this one, guys. Kind of like the other horror films we've been doing, like The Conjuring and some of the other ones, Jaws, if you consider that
yes,
horror.
yeah, no, I
They
can,
don't
yeah,
really do
dude.
CGI.
Obviously, you don't see me going out to the beach.
Hey, we're gonna go to the pool, so get ready. I
Yeah,
got Julius a floaty and some, baby diapers to go in the pool. So
yeah, I'm
Johnny's
just
super
gonna,
excited. He's gonna
yeah,
be on
yeah,
that ledge, like, okay, I'm here.
yeah, pretty much, man. You know me too well, babe.
Whatever. So Kent wanted practical effects, shadows, and stop motion inspired movements to keep it timeless. She did not want to use any flashy CGI or any effects. And then the sound design, the Babadook's guttural Babadook chant was created by layering distorted animal sounds.
Really? What animals?
I don't know.
Oh, Julius might know. 'Cause you know, you know, he's in pharmacology right now.
Yeah,
Pharmacology, yeah.
Miss Rachel. I'm
Yeah,
just
no.
kidding. So, while many horror films rely on cheap scares, the Babadook terrified audiences because it was relatable. Grief as a monster. The Babadook isn't really about demons, it's about trauma that grows stronger the longer you ignore it. And that is like the sad part about the movie, I feel like it. There were times where I felt really scared for the little boy
Yeah,
because I
man.
didn't know what the mom was going to
I
do to
mean,
him because she was so like out of it, you know?
yeah, well, because again, she was annoying. She was ignoring a lot of things.
Hmm. And then parenting horror, Amelia's struggle with her child hit close to home for many parents, making the fear grounded in reality. I think it did hit me more than now that we have Julius. Before I probably would have just watched the movie and been like, oh, but I think now that I'm a parent, like seeing that little boy scared of his own mom just kind of like rattled me.
Oh,
I don't know. Did you think? Or I guess you have James anyway,
yeah. So it was like,
so you didn't well when you first watched it, did you feel like, oh,
at that time, I didn't have James,
I know that.
so it's just like uh, apples to oranges. No,
No,
but
I'm just saying,
no,
I
no,
think
but
if you're a
no, okay,
parent,
okay,
seeing that
all
is
right, but
different.
okay, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes, it did make me feel a type of way, but at the same time, I guess being bewitched in a way. Uh, I mean, if that was one of our kids, I would be like kind of freaking out, but throwing some holy water all around.
Yeah.
That's just my thing. Holy water.
Mhm.
Maybe shout some Bible verses
Yeah.
with my King James on my iPhone.
That's true. And then the ambiguity, is the Babadook real or just Amelia's psychological breakdown? The film never really gives a clear answer. It's kind of up for interpretation on what you feel like,
Hold
you
on,
know.
wait, what was that again?
So, is the Babadook real or is it just Amelia's psychological breakdown? And the film never gives a clear answer on that. Even at the
Well,
end, we were like, remember, we kind of talked about it like, was that even like a real
um,
thing or was that all in her head or was she being crazy and the kid was reacting to her or was the book really like on the shelf and the whole thing happened? I don't know.
well, I got this is what I got the impression when I saw the movie. Her friends even said that she was a writer or anything like that. So, um, and at the same time, she was having bringing her son into the world, and her husband had passed away and stuff. So yeah, it does deal with the grief and maybe in a subconscious, selfish, under a spell or something. She had probably manifested that book and she doesn't remember.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, it's all up for interpretation. There's no answer. That's
Yeah,
your
so that
interpretation, but somebody
right.
else would maybe watch it and think, somebody might just watch it and be like, "Oh, it's just a scary monster," and
Yeah.
not even get like the other part, you know?
Yeah, but I just felt she because I just kind of put those pieces because even whenever she was there, friends and people were like, "Hey, you did that one great piece or whatever." So usually when somebody's doing that, they have a baby in the back. When I say baby in the back, that means they're a book or something that they have written or probably have sitting somewhere and or just haven't gotten to it or
Right.
finished writing on it. So
Yeah.
I mean, that was just my interpretation. And then like she just kind of just probably doesn't remember that book, and that's why whenever her son picked up that book, he probably remember her, at one point, maybe, under that, drunken state, she gave the book to him and he kind of grew attached to it at
And
the
both
same time.
things could be true. I mean, the book could be there and also she could be mentally ill. You know what I mean? It could both be true.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
All I'm saying, trying to say is that it's with a wife and child, and I felt like that's just aiming towards postpartum.
Yeah. Well, plus the
I
the
mean, that's
husband
just, I mean, because
unalived very unexpectedly
right, but I
and all
mean,
that.
I guess in a way, it's then if you want to say Babadook is pretty much just postpartum hidden and disguised.
That might be that could be an interpretation.
All right.
Yeah. Or it could be worse than that.
So what you think, flashing?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
It's being crazy, I guess.
okay. She was over here flashing me like Amber Alert, Amber
No.
Alert. And I was like, oh crap.
So, I don't know if I'm ruining this for you, but the Rotten Tomatoes was 98%.
You are not ruining
Oh,
it to me.
sometimes you look it up, so I didn't know.
No, I didn't look up this one. I was thinking about it, but I was like, yeah, no, she's gonna put it in there because I always see the final cut of everything. So I'm like, she did.
Jeez. And then RogerEbert.com called it one of the most effective horror films of the decade.
Roger who?
RogerEbert.com.
Damn.
So I don't know if it
Oh
was really
man, he
him
got
or
a
his
.com.
his
Damn.
website. Yeah. Stephen King praised it, saying it chilled him to the bone. That's pretty like crazy compliment. Anyways,
Stephen King was the type of dude who'll be like, yeah, I'll
okay,
do it.
okay. It won numerous awards, including Best Horror at the Empire Awards and Best Director at New York Film Critics Circle.
So Empires in New York, right? And
Empire Awards and also New York Film Critics Circle. I don't know what the Empire Awards are.
yeah, I feel like the Empire is, and also because isn't the Empire in New York? So that's
I
two
don't
New York.
know. Look it up.
Okay, I was just
I'm
trying to
not
fit.
sure.
All
All
right.
I know is it won numerous awards, guys. Pretty cool, if you ask me. So, Kent's short monster story was essentially the beta version of this film. And then after The Babadook, she avoided a sequel despite endless fan requests. So, you got your wish on that one. In 2018, she released The Nightingale, a historical revenge thriller set in 1820s Tasmania.
Oh,
We should
wow.
watch that one.
What's that all about?
I don't know. It's a revenge thriller.
Oh, you took my land.
It shocked audiences with its brutality and proved Kent wasn't just a horror director, but a filmmaker willing to confront darkness in any genre. As of now, Kent has stated she won't make The Babadook 2. She believes the story is complete, but Hollywood's obsession with this means the question is always lingering. Will someone else eventually resurrect Mr. Babadook? Or, try to drag enough money in front of her that she'll do it? Who knows?
Um, I guess if they were gonna try to make the Babadook movie, remember the guy that was where she was working at?
Yeah.
Maybe she moves and then he happens to come by the house and finds the book and then tries to hunt down the family or whatever, and then you get it from his perspective and he actually gives it to like one of his I guess nieces or nephews. You get what I'm saying? And then
Or they could just do what actually happened because they don't really kind of clear that up at the end either, you know? It just kind of leaves you
or
with a question of what's really going on in that house.
or gives you an origin story of the book itself too,
Yeah, true.
because like you said, it's open for interpretation for any person. So
Yeah. Did
there we
you
go.
want to show your stuff or you don't have anything?
Oh no, I have nothing today
Oh, okay.
because it's Friday, and I thought it was early day from school, so I have nothing for today.
Sounds good. So then that takes us into bonus content, guys. So creepy facts you didn't know. So the pop-up book lives on. Due to fan demand, limited editions of Mr. Babadook pop-up book were created and sold online. Each
So we're getting it for Julius.
Oh,
Okay.
each copy came with signatures from the crew. I'm pretty sure there's very limited edition, so it's probably very expensive, I would
Oh,
assume.
I would definitely assume, but
But no, I wouldn't even
I
buy it if there was like if you could get it at Barnes& and Noble. That's too creepy for a kid.
okay.
You would want him to have it?
I was just gonna just keep the book around and be like, "Oh, you want to read a book, huh?" And
Wow.
just to scare him, like, "Oh, okay," and just always scare him, like, "Yeah."
No. Child actor protection. Noah Wiseman, who played Samuel, was shielded from the darker material. Many of his intense scenes were edited around S.E. Davis's reactions. He never saw the Babadook in costume during filming, which is cool.
Yeah, I mean,
Not unlike
why would
unlike
you?
the Labyrinth when they just traumatized that little boy the whole movie.
Or what is it? There was another movie too. Well, no, actually, I think she was okay. Drew Barrymore, when she was young, she was in E.T., but she was okay with the animatronic on that.
Mm.
But I could have sworn there was another horror movie that was, like, somebody else that got, like, kinda, like, ransacked all around in it. I can't for the life of me, I can't think about one,
I'm
but
sure there's a few, but hopefully going forward, they do it like this
oh,
where
wait, no, how about the young kid from The Shining? Yeah, remember, when Jack Nicholson was just going around
oh,
and
yeah,
yeah, and
yeah.
he was riding around on that thing, so I know he must kinda tripped out on that too.
Yeah. Also, after we made the labyrinth video, when I was looking online, the baby, his dad actually was part of the production crew.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't
That's
know
what's
that.
up, man. Big ups to his dad for getting him that role.
Yeah. A nightmare shoot. The small budget meant long, grueling hours. Kent later admitted some scenes with Essie Davis were so emotionally raw that the crew left the set in silence. So it kind of tore on everyone.
Jeez.
And then the monster's jerky movements were achieved through a mix of puppetry and stop motion style cuts rather than digital trickery. It's kind of funny how stop motion and puppetry kind of and animatronics sneaks into all these movies we talk about. Kind of cool.
Well, if you think about, like, how, like, in the exorcism, how the head turns and stuff, it's kind of the same puppetry, or when it spits out, same puppetry type thing, or when it does its backwards movements and stuff like that, it has to be in a puppetry because
Right?
a normal person knows how to move normally, but remember, it's an entity, so it doesn't know how a human moves, so that's what the best way is.
Yeah. Well, I just know like Jaws had an animatronic, which I never knew. A lot of the movies use either puppets or animatronics or, different stuff. I don't know. It's kind of cool.
That's pretty cool.
And then Ken consulted grief counselors and psychologists to shape Amelia's mental unraveling. She wanted the horror to be emotionally authentic, not just supernatural. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, very, yeah, I mean, it was still kinda supernatural at points because that thing
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
creepy
It
as
was a
hell.
mix.
It was a creepo.
I think, like I said,
Creepo.
you could take this movie in like five different meanings depending on either who you watch it with or if you're talking about it during or if it's just your total take on it. So that would
And
be a
and
good like
and and look,
assignment for
I'm
everyone.
gonna I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Me and Sh me and Shay must have at least stopped the movie countless times just to kinda interpret it different ways, but, we agreed to disagree.
Whatever.
It's the truth.
No, I'm just saying if that would be a good assignment for you guys if you haven't seen it. Maybe watch it with your significant other and don't talk about it during the film and then see what you guys come up with at the end. It's kind of be a
Yeah,
cool experiment.
don't do what we did because it was an all-out war.
No, it wasn't. Stop.
It was literally if you read about the Civil War, this is how it was. The North versus the South.
Whatever. So, guys, if you love horror deep dives like this, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe because we are going to be doing more Halloween throwback scares. We're going to pick some movies just like this one that hopefully you haven't heard of or watched, cult classics and hidden gems. You guys trust me. If it's in a word or it's in a look, you can't get rid of the Babadook.
Peace out, guys.
Bye. See ya.